Would you rather have your boss check your work every day or every few days? Every day sounds like it will make you look more productive, but does it? It turns out the saying about the watched pot seems to never boil has some truth to it. The more frequently we check on progress, the slower the progress seems. This is what new study published in Journal of Experimental Psychology General shows. Imagine you are playing a workplace simulation game in which you are the supervisor and need to monitor several employees who produce watch parts. Some you monitor daily, others less frequently, say every 3 days. This is the type of simulation game participants played. But two of the employees were equally productive overall. They just differed on how frequently their progress was checked. The employee who was monitored less frequently was judged as more productive. And this effect is observed even when the process is undesirable, like the spread of infectious diseases. In a follow-up study, the participants played another simulation where they were regional epidemiologists. Their task was to monitor the spread of a virus in two cities with similar size. But for one of the cities, they received daily reports on new infections since the last report, and for the other city, this report was received every 3 days. Where would the disease be seen as infecting more quickly, and what city would need more temporary beds? The city that was monitored less frequently. And motivating the participants to be correct did not reduce the effects. The participants played yet another simulation game. This time they tracked CO2 emissions from two countries. One was monitored every year for 12 years and the other every 3 years. Some were told they would get a bonus payment for correctly guessing how much CO2 each country would release in the subsequent 2 years, so the 13th and the 14th year. But even with the incentive, they still judged the country monitored less frequently would have higher emission in those years. The same effect explains why when we don't see our young relatives for a long time, they seem to have grown faster, or why our investment portfolio seems to stagnate when we check on progress daily. But there is a limit to this effect. When the participants in the simulation game were given a retrospective report with a summary table instead of simulating monitoring across time, the effect was 2/3 smaller. But why does the monitoring frequency occur in the first place? It seems because people ignore how often they check in and just focus on how much work they see when they do. People rely too much on what they see in the moment, like I saw a big pile of work today, and they don't adjust for how frequently they checked in. People overweight the immediate feedback, how much work they see, and underweigh how often they check. So even if two workers do the exact same amount of work, the one monitored less often looks more productive because their output per check looks higher. Do you want to change your answer to the question at the start of the video? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.